Alright gang, welcome to another exciting episode of Instapot Cooking with Todd. Tonight we're going to make rotisserie chicken noodle soup, right? So, we got this rotisserie chicken that is left over from the other night. All I ate was a thigh and a leg. So I got a lot of rotisserie chicken left over, and it would seem like a waste to just whiff that. So we're going to make a simple chicken soup tonight out of carrots, onion, celery. Our friend garlic is back here, of course. And here are our egg noodles over here. We don't need a lot of seasoning because the chicken is fairly well seasoned. So we're going to put a bay leaf in there and a little bit of garlic salt. And our soup itself is going to be based out of chicken broth that we are going to make from base rather than turning this into a chicken broth because we don't have time for that. Although you can use this leftover chicken to make a really good chicken broth, but we don't have time for that. The first step I've gone ahead and done is chopped up the onions and carrots and the celery as well, and I'm leaving a little bit of this celery here, the leaves, for flavor, and this will be going into the Instapot on saute mode. Next step is we're going to go ahead and make 8 cups of chicken broth base for our soup, and this is one of my secret weapons you've seen me use before. This is a broth base that's like a powder that you buy in a canister. Here I get this off of Amazon. 8 cups of water. When that boils, we're going to add 1/3 a cup of this powdered base to get our stock. And as I mentioned, if you wanted to, you could make, Henry the dog in the background, we could make our own chicken stock out of that chicken over there. We would just have to do it in reverse. Like we'd have to take all the meat off, and then we'd have to use the bones to make stock, and then we could take that stock and use that to make soup. But we don't have time for that. So instead, we're just going to go ahead and make our broth from the jar here, and I'm going to use the chicken from the chicken for the chicken inside the chicken soup. Right. What I've gone ahead and done is taken the rotisserie chicken and shredded it up into, bite-sized pieces that'll fit on a spoon. There's both white and dark meat in here. Don't be racist. You got to mix them all up. And we're going to go ahead and put the skin inside for flavor, but we'll go ahead and fish that out before it comes time to eat. So we got that over on the stove. Our broth is about ready, so it's about time to start cooking. All right, let's go ahead and saute off these vegetables. So we're going to go ahead and go with 2 tablespoons of butter, carrots and celery. Do one-handed. I think I've said that before. And celery. Celery. Now, we're going to saute these off for a couple minutes just to get them soft because you don't want to have crunchy-ass vegetables in your chicken noodle soup. So let's do that for a minute or two. Oh, I almost forgot the garlic. So since we're going to need some garlic, let's go with 1 more tablespoon of butters. Come over to our friend garlic and, maybe, yeah, that looks appropriate. I just thought of this. This is not in the recipe, but I feel like probably could use some pepper. So we're going to go ahead and hit it with some black pepper. I ground up and almost out of, so that's good. We're going to hold off on salt because there's a lot of salt naturally in the chicken stock that we made over on the stove. There's really no point in adding more salt to this meal. We're already in high sodium land. So we're going to go in here for maybe 5 minutes or so, and things are coming along nicely. Our onions are starting to get translucent. The carrots and celery are starting to get a little bit softer. They don't have to be mushy soft while you're in saute mode here in the crock pot because, we are about to put them through a pressure cooker, which is going to do a lot of the work for us here. So in a moment, we're going to go ahead and add our chicken, and over there our juices, and then we'll throw those egg noodles in there too. So, BT dubs, while I was away, I sprinkled a little bit of garlic salt on this here just to give it a little bit more delicious garlicky flavor because, you can never have too much of that. All right, first things first, in goes the chicken. Remember, we got dark meat, white meat, and the skin all from a rotisserie chicken. That's going to go straight in here. Don't worry about the meat, or rather the chicken skins. We'll get those out of there later. So in goes that. There's that skin right there. Let them go in there because you flavor. Okay. A lot of chicken. I don't even know how much it was. Probably 2 breasts, a leg, a thigh, a couple wings. Next, 8 cups of chicken broth. So this is just going to go straight in there. Yeah. And finally, here's our egg noodles. Let's go ahead and pour this bag straight in there. Again, super difficult upside down. Cool. Alright. Go like this. Just kind of, you want to bury them. You don't want to bury them under the water, but you do want to just, like this. Kind of get them submerged. Okay? And then, I like bay leaves. I think they add a lot of flavor. So, 1 single bay leaf. Alright, cool. So, now we'll go ahead and pop the lid. Come down here, and we're going to hit cancel, because we want to stop the saute mode that we're in right now. So hit cancel, hit a manual, because we're going to go to manual. It's already on high pressure. We want to adjust it down to 7 minutes, and that's it. We just make sure that the lid is closed, the valve is set to lock, and that's it. 0 on the counter, so we're going to go ahead and pop the top from a safe distance. Woo! So we're going to let this go ahead and release the steam until the valve drops. Once the locking valve falls down, then we'll pop this open and have some soup. Moment of truth. Let's see how it went. Valve is dropped, steam is done. Here we go. Ooh. Let's get a look. Oh yeah. Go ahead and mix this up a little bit. Look at that. Noodles are all cooked up. There's chicken. Get that bay leaf out of here. Those are inedible. You can't leave that in there. That can't be eaten. Look at that. Soup City, baby. Soup City. And we can just go ahead and grab a fork. Fish out that chicken skin, because we don't need that. We already got the flavor right out of it. Bam. Soup's on. And there you go. That's your finished product right there. You got the chicken, you got the noodles, carrots, onion, garlic, all the good stuff you want in a chicken noodle soup. Easy peasy. Thanks, Instapot. You're my best friend.